In the news this week, alleged Claremont serial killer has been arrested after 21 years on the loose.
Plus, be sensible. Police are on the lookout for dangerous drivers this Christmas.
And on May's Memo, we take a look at 2016 and what a year it has been.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Lerm and Cassandra Elliott. Good evening. There has been a major breakthrough in the Claremont serial killer case after 20 years of relentless searching. Andrew Fustas joins us from Claremont with more details about the extraordinary arrest. Andrew.
That's right. Police have arrested and charged 48-year-old man Bradley Robert Edwards with the murder of Jane Rimmer and Kira Glennon and 2 attacks on other women. Police have also alleged that he abducted a 17-year-old girl in 1995 and an 18-year-old girl in 1998 in Huntingdale.
The commitment of the WA Police and its officers have never wavered. We never give up.
The man has been charged with 2 counts of willful murder and other offences, including 2 counts of aggravated sexual penetration without consent. He has appeared in the Perth Magistrates Court 1 day after the arrest. He will face court again in January. Until then, he remains in custody. Police Minister Lisa Harvey says now a man is in custody. This is just the start.
This is the start of the process now, the judicial process that is very, very important in ensuring that this individual is brought to justice.
I'd like to congratulate the police for their persistence in never giving up, in bringing some sense of justice for what happened 20 years ago.
Local residents have left flowers outside the Claremont Hotel to commemorate the victims. Meanwhile, Sarah Spears' murder is yet to be solved, and police urged anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
With the Christmas period underway, double demerits are now in place until early next year. There will also be a major road blitz targeting drug and alcohol influenced drivers. While we've had a bad start to the year, there are hopes of a fatality-free Christmas on our roads. Nelson Liu reports.
It's the most dangerous time of the year. Road fatalities causing tragedy over the Christmas holidays.
This is a high-risk time for us.
189 people have died on WA roads this year, a 6-year high with 70% of deaths on country roads. It's resulted in a police blitz on regional road safety, with holidaymakers travelling across WA.
We hope that this will deter motorists from making very poor decisions, as has happened so far this year.
Officers will be targeting drink and drug driving, speeding, not wearing seatbelts and mobile phone use. But police also say drivers need to take more responsibility behind the wheel.
Have a magic bullet, and enforcement by itself is not going to solve the problem of the high road toll in Western Australia. It is down to the drivers.
The opposition says the government hasn't done enough.
The government has sat on $100 million of money that they haven't spent on our roads and on improving road safety.
WA Police say measures like this booze bus will help curb WA's road toll, but driving habits and complacency about driving dangers remain concerns.
Double demerits are now in force and run until January the 8th. Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
It has been an extraordinary week for Row 8 protesters after the bulldozers moved into the bushland before Christmas. Local residents are upset and blame the government, despite there won't be any more constructions until the new year. The total fire ban was also lifted until 2020 in order for the project to move ahead.
We couldn't believe that Colin Barnett would actually think about sending in for the destruction of one of the most pristine piece of bushland left in this area. And why he's done this at just the week before Christmas, the local community in Coolbellup are absolutely devastated.
Australian consumers are becoming more savvy and waiting for the big sales before parting with their hard-earned cash. We can expect to see Aussies spend $2.41 billion on Boxing Day this year. That's the equivalent of $1.6 million being spent every minute during these 24 hours. The average Aussie earns $1,516 a week, and ASIC reports that this Christmas period the average consumer will spend $1,079. That's almost an entire week's earnings.
An animal rights activist is blazing a new trail overseas in a bid to raise awareness of marine conservation. Natalie Banks is starting a new branch of animal rights organisation Sea Shepherd in Dubai, concerned about the health of global sea life. During a feature interview, she says it aims to raise awareness of animal rights aboard.
It's going to be completely different over there in terms of what the actions that we're looking at doing. So protesting is obviously not something we're going to be doing over there. It's not something that is allowed there actually. So we'll be working with government and working very closely with government in terms of affecting or making any changes.
In world news, the Syrian army has announced that the besieged city Aleppo has been fully recaptured from rebel fighters. This is the government's biggest victory in the almost 6-year civil war. The army made a statement thanking those who lost their lives fighting in the conflict. This announcement came shortly after state TV reported the last convoy carrying rebels and civilians had left eastern Aleppo. A prototype vaccine for the Ebola virus may be up to 100% effective, says the World Health Organization. The test vaccine was tested on nearly 6,000 people in a major clinical trial in Guinea last year. If all goes well, the vaccine could be fast-tracked in the approval process and become available in 2018.
And finally, this week, as Christmas approaches, we all take a moment to think of those less fortunate. Mission Australia are hosting their annual lunch in the park event at Wellington Square Park. This event is run by volunteers and catered to those who are homeless, lonely, or just down on their luck on Christmas Day. Everyone receives a meal, a smile, pleasant conversation, and a Christmas present.
It's an extraordinary event. It's not just for people who are homeless, it's for people who are doing it tough in lots of ways. So people who are without friends, family or finances at Christmas time.
And on that note, we wish you a safe and joyous Christmas, and we look forward to sharing the news again with you in the new year.
You can keep up to date on our Facebook page and our website during this festive season, but until then, it's good night.